Holy motherfucking hell, man. Moodier right there fucking tearing it the fuck up, dude. Let's fucking call this motherfucker up right the fuck now and see what the fuck is going on in his world, man. Hello.
Hey, Zach.
Dude, what's going on, man?
Doing great, man. You?
Hey, man, I feel a lot better than last time we talked.
Yeah, I remember. You had it hard last time.
Fuck yeah, dude. So tell us, man, what the fuck has been going on in the world of Moodier?
Man, like everybody, I tried to survive, and I'm still alive, and you too, so we're good for it.
Yeah, man. Cheers.
Yes, cheers. And I've been working on the second EP for the whole year because I'm lucky enough to do it all alone. So I wasn't stuck waiting on studios or stuff like that. So, you know, I had the project of doing the second EP this year, and I could do it. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. I was actually listening to a bit of our interview that we did last year, a little bit ago before I did the show, and just to kind of jog my memory a little bit, you know. And I was listening to it, and I was like, "Fuck, man!" Like we did that right at the beginning of the pandemic, pretty much, man.
Yeah, it hadn't started too much here either. I remember it started to go crazy here around March. That's when they started to shut the airports and the customs and everything.
Yeah.
And after that, it just went down all the way. It got better maybe in the summer, you know, where like we could do some stuff like see people at a distance and stuff like that. But then it went all the way down again during September. That's when it started to go down again. So, you know, it's a crazy year. It's never seen in our lifetimes before, I think.
Yeah, you could say that again, man. Fucking, I've seen all kinds of stuff happen this past year, dude. Like I can't even begin to go into all that. But I mean, yeah, it's been wild. It's been a wild fucking ride, man. But here we are now, and here you are with a brand new fucking record about to come out.
Yeah.
What do you want to tell us about it, man? Like,
but you know, the way I see it, it's kind of taking what I did before the Tempest, and I maybe added a couple of progressive, maybe a little more progressive metal music in it, and I tried new stuff. You know, maybe it's maybe a little more thrash metal and progressive than it's black metal. The voice is still, I guess, black metal because that's the voice I have. But the rest, I tried some things different, you know, like adding distortion to the bass and trying new stuff, new song structures, you know, not trying to repeat the same stuff again. So it started with the Crowning Hour. That's the first track. That's the last track of the EP, but that's the first track I worked on. And it's kind of set the tone for the whole EP. After I was like, okay, that's different. It's kind of maybe trying. I love Rush, man. You know the band Rush. So it's coming out sometimes. I guess for me, I hear it, but it's coming into the chord structures and stuff like that. So you know, I was like, okay, this is going to be maybe a little more progressive, and then I went on with that, and that's what I did, man, for the year.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Well, you were fucking shredding the fuck out on this record, dude. I love it, man. Fucking, it sounds bad fucking ass, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
It's fun to work alone, but it's so difficult too, man. You don't have a fucking clue, but maybe you have a clue, but I don't know. Yeah. No. I'm having fun with this, but sometimes, you know, when I'm mixing it, it's my girlfriend is going crazy, man, with my mixes, and I'm going fucking crazy with my mixes too. You know, I don't have a big studio here. It's just a room and you know, basic stuff, and I'm well set up, but it's no big studio. So I have to listen to my mixes everywhere. I'm going into a car and listening to the mixes, and I'm driving around. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people are doing that, but sometimes you really you're going crazy a lot. So that period is pretty hard.
Yeah.
But you gotta live.
I actually know exactly what you're talking about, man, because I have a one-man band called Brutal Death Fuck, and that's that's actually how I got started in this whole fucking radio thing many years ago. But I remember exactly fucking what you're talking about, man. Just like sitting there trying to put everything together yourself with nobody else, and then yeah, man, sitting in the car, fucking listening to mixes and all that shit, man. But I mean, I
don't know what's with the car. That's the place. That's the place where your mix it passes or it dies there.
Yeah,
it's just fuck. That might be because it's it's isolated, and that system really well. For me, the car is the place I listen to music the most. So that's where I know the sound. So that's where it passes, or okay, I have to work again on it.
Yeah, you can listen to it on the computer or with the headphones on or with the home stereo or whatever, but when you get in the car, that's when you hear it the way that you hear everything else, exactly, man, because that's where I'm always driving around listening to stuff, and if it doesn't sound good in the car, then, it's got to be fixed, man.
Yeah, exactly. So at some point, you just continue until I cannot do anymore. It's just the best I can do. So that's when it stops.
Well, it sounds great, man. You did a great job on it, dude. Kudos to you for that, man. It's a perfect continuation too from what you were doing the last time as well, man.
Cool. Thanks.
For people out there listening that maybe didn't hear the last interview, can you tell us a little bit about your background, where you're from, and where you're located at, and
Yeah, sure. I'm in Montreal. I'm in Quebec, Canada, and I've been doing music for a lot of years now. I've been doing different projects with different people. I've been working with a band called Trinity Blast. That's more like a prog thrash metal a la Nevermore, maybe you would say. And I've been doing progressive bands before, death metal bands, and I'm playing guitar in a Iron Maiden tribute band in Quebec. And at some point I got tired of playing with other people because it's fun, but it can be draining too. And that's a big example this year of playing with other people. You're stuck, you're waiting on people, so that really got to annoy me. We at some point with the other bands, we got to hiring drummers and hiring other players, and you wait for their stuff, and it gets long, and it's draining a lot. So I decided to start doing my own stuff alone, and I had to try. I had to buy a bass guitar and learn it, how to play it, and I got along with it. And then I had to find a singer, so I didn't want to find a singer, so I said, okay, I'm gonna buy a mic and try it. And I think I got along with my voice. I could tolerate it, so I went along with it. And I could write lyrics. I've been doing that for a long time, writing lyrics for other people, so I could do it. That's it. And I had a lot of subjects too, interesting stuff for me about what you see on the news, the society. So I went with it. That's about it.
Hell yeah, man. Got some questions for you coming in from the listeners in the chat room. Mikey D wants to know, what is the craziest thing you've ever seen at a gig?
God. Well, I play. We like I said, I play. We play Iron Maiden music, so we don't play Motley Crue, So I don't see a lot of people flashing their boobs, but that did happen though, and it happened in the United States. Back then, we could do gigs in the States. It was easier before September 11. you could go through the customs and work your way around the stuff, but now it's really difficult. But I saw a couple of girls flashing sometimes, and the usual metal stuff, like two girls making out in front of you, in front of the band. I saw that a couple of times, but it's when you play Iron Maiden or stuff like that. It's mainly 10 years ago or 15 years ago. It was a guy thing a lot. So it's just getting drunk, man. Like everybody, we played the show. We got drunk, and as the show went on, we got drunker and drunker, and it was always a party at the end. It was so. But apart from that, I never saw anything. Like crazy, like people dying or whatever. No, nothing else than that.
Well, when you were up there playing and they were showing you their tits, did it fuck you up like with your playing, or were you able to keep going?
But the one thing that fucked me up when one time some girl put some money in my sock. When I was playing the Maiden with the Moodier costume. The one he's wearing and on Live After Death.
Yeah.
So that's the girl she was putting money bills in my sock, or my belt. Yeah, that can fuck you up, Chad, when you're playing a solo or whatever. That's pretty rare, man. It was fun.
No, yeah, man. Another question from the listeners. JMCT wants to know, what is your favorite drink?
Oh, beer for sure, man. Microbrewery beer. We have a lot of nice microbreweries in Quebec, and that's my drink of choice. After that, wine. So I don't go into the hard liquor because I drink a lot of beer already. So I think I'd be dead if I go into hard liquor. That's quite enough.
Another question, Mikey D wants to know, do you listen to music while you're writing your music?
I'm always listening to music, but of course, when you're writing music, you're not listening to other stuff because you're playing your own music. But if he's asking if while I'm in a writing period, if I stop listening to other music, no, never. I'm always listening to a lot of stuff, be it new stuff or old. There's so many old bands, interesting stuff that sounds different from the 90s, from the 80s, and so I'm going back in my records, and sometimes I discover new things that I like, and I'm always listening to a lot of stuff.
Hell yeah. Another question, John wants to know, what's the best venue you've ever played at?
I've played a couple of nice venues, man, here in Quebec. I don't know if they would know it, but it's Le Capitole de Quebec. That's really nice. That's a big room. There was a nice place in Montreal that got closed down. It was called Le Medley. That was a real big place, and they had a lot of cover bands there, like you say, tribute bands. And the place was packed, man. That went from the 90s to beginning of 2000s before they closed it down, if I remember. And that was really nice, man. Like we were playing the Maiden tribute, and people were banging the stage like Maiden, and the stage was shaking. And like there was like 100, maybe 1,500 people in the place, for a Maiden tribute. That's real nice. So I played a lot of really nice places, and even like I said in the States, I don't remember all the places we played in Poughkeepsie. The Chance Theater. I don't remember. There's places in the northeast of the States. We played a couple of real nice places too. So I was lucky for that. It was a great period. The gas prices were lower than now, and the touring was easier, and a lot of stuff made it easier back then.
Hell yeah! Speaking of Iron Maiden, what's your favorite Iron Maiden song to play?
Oh my God, the favorite Maiden to play. there's so many that are fucking great to play, and even the songs that like Fear of the Dark, man, I cannot, Fear of the Dark has been used and abused for me, but playing it is different because the people are so into it, and it's very energetic for playing them. Almost every Maiden song is super nice to play, man, super fun. It's the best mix of technicality and just you don't have to. There's a technical challenge there, but you don't have to look at your instrument all the time. You can look at people and share the music. It's not like playing Dream Theater or stuff crazy that you have to be concentrated all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really love the classics, and I really love to play Revelations. Revelations is really nice, and it's the classics for me that make it. And even sometimes we get new stuff out, like maybe I call it new stuff, but it's not that new. But like Dance of Death,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not a track that I've very much like that much when I listen to it. But playing it, it's very fun to play. So Maiden is very, very nice to play. It's a treat.
Oh yeah, man. Another question, Mikey wants to know: do you keep scrapped material for B-sides and rare tracks, or do you scrap it?
I've been doing Maudiir for 2 years now, so I don't have that many scrap material. So I've scrapped one song. It's the first song I was working on for La Part du Diable. The first song I wrote in 2020. And then I didn't make it. It was just too slow. It's just sometimes, like I told you, I was going to maybe more progressive stuff, but that one was like too progressive or too. I didn't make it. So there's one track that got scrapped. So that's it. That's it for now.
All right. Another question: if you could play a gig with any two musicians, dead or alive, who would it be?
I would like to play with Neil Peart, man. Neil Peart, Steve from Rush is now dead, and that's one of the greatest bands for me. So now, I would have. I don't know if I would have been able to play with Neil Peart, man. I would have shit in my pants, It's like those guys are my idols, and but I don't know. I would love to play with him, and maybe like play with Dave Murray or Adrian Smith for sure, man. Jamming with those guys, they've been so much of an influence to me.
Oh yeah. Another question, Vicky wants to know: how many instruments can you play?
I can play two instruments. I can play the bass guitar and the guitar itself. Like, you must know, the drum is programmed into Maudiir, so that's basically me programming drums. So I cannot play drums, so I can program it and make it like interesting and maybe close to human. But no, I'm not a drummer.
Oh yeah. Another question, man. This is a good one. Mikey wants to know: if a movie was to be made about your life or your career, which actors or actresses would play who?
My God. Who would play me, man? It has to be a nerd, man. I'm a nerd. See, who do you know of any nerd actors who would be interested? Successful nerd actors? I don't know. There's a couple, maybe. There's one guy who's make it to Hollywood. He's from Montreal. I don't remember his name. I just don't know, man. You'd have to tell me.
All right. Another question. Titan wants to know, does the music that you write depict how you were feeling at a certain time or situation?
Oh yeah, for real, for sure. Because when I'm starting a song, maybe for sure the music is what I'm feeling at the moment. Some people can go through all of their career and play thrash metal, Slayer. They play thrash metal. It's always Slayer. They have that different flavors into the albums. Maybe like they had a Bioris or the little thing going on after Seasons in the Abyss, the album, or I don't remember the name of the album. They tried a few stuff like Subway Slayer. They can do that. I'm not able to do that really. The first Maudiir EP was maybe a little more black metal, but already the second is a little different. That's how it got out of me. The songs that okay, that's nice riff. Okay, it's different. I'm gonna try to work with that, and afterwards, it's the more personal thing is when I get into the lyrics. That's really when I was okay. I'm always trying. I'm always starting on the subject, and then it's going somewhere that I don't know where. It's been going the whole year. It's been going into what was in the media and what was happening in the world. Even if I was trying to start a subject on really something precise, it was always going back to what the fuck is going on, in the world. So that's about the whole EP is about that. That's it.
Hell yeah. Another question, Megan wants to know, what is your favorite horror movies?
Oh, I really like The Witch. That's a pretty recent movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one.
Then after there was but there's the old stuff. I know the names in French of those movies, but not in English. It's terrible. I like the Freddy Krueger period. That's Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one. That's really old. Maybe the young people don't even know it right now. But the old horror movies from the 80s, that's pretty nice. And some recent stuff, yeah, that would be The Witch, and I don't remember other titles right now. Yeah. I'm pretty open though. If they have a suggestion for me, let me know, man, because I love horror movies. But I don't really like the teenager horror movies. With the 3D effects and I prefer something maybe with less gore but more ambience. You would say more acting, not blood flowing everywhere necessarily. Although if there's blood flowing everywhere, it's crazy and really funny or just outrageous. Maybe that's gonna be great too.
All right. Megan also wants to know, what are your favorite TV shows growing up?
Growing up, I did love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, man. Wouldn't you know? Yeah, I did love that, and that's actually how I learned English, because I'm in Montreal right now, but I grew up north of Montreal in the 80s when there was like no English speaking where I grew up. So I learned English by watching American TV shows like Married with Children, shit like that, man. But we watched that, and that's how I started learning English, and it's really made a big difference, because when you're young, you're eating that shit up, and I learned English with all those shows. And I used to love G.I. Joes, man, and would you call that a show? G.I. Joes, maybe you don't even know it. It's a cartoon, Transformers, stuff like that. So that gives you an idea of how old I am.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, I'm right there with you, brother.
Cool.
Another question, Lady Red wants to know, what do you prefer, bubble baths or showers?
Hey, she asked that the last time. Yeah. The same question. I'll answer. I prefer a shower because I can fucking masturbate in it. Last time I didn't have that one, so I thought about it. If it comes back, that's what I'm gonna say.
There you go, man. There you go, Lady Red. Hope that answered your question.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't come back in the next year.
Probably.
Probably, okay.
So tell us, man, for all the gearheads out there, because I know they're wondering, like, what kind of equipment did you use recording this record?
I use for the first Maudiir EP. I use one guitar. It's Ibanez S guitar series. For that one, I tried different things. I had an ESP Eclipse that I tried different tuning on La Part du Diable. I dropped one guitar for half a step lower, and for one song on La Part du Diable, I did drop detuning on the ESP Eclipse. So 2 guitars, and I'm always recording how you call that, in the box, directly into the sound card, and it's softwares. It's imitations of guitar amps, tweak to death. It's like that's the key of it. You gotta EQ it a lot, and to make it more natural, the most natural you can do it. And that's basically it. It's a simple bass too. It's a 5-string bass. Ibanez, really good for metal. Plug did directly into the sound card, and with an amp simulator, because I cannot record amps in my apartment, unfortunately, because I've got a lot of great amps, but they're not used on my records.
That's pretty amazing, man, because it really sounds organic, and it sounds like a real, it sounds, I mean, you cannot tell that it's fucking in any way not.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, it's fucking cool, man.
Yeah, there's ways to do it, I guess,
Studio trickery right there, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So tell us, man, what's coming up next for Moodier?
Actually, right now I'm promoting the EP more than maybe the Tempest, because the Tempest, I started promoting the EP after it got out. So now I'm trying to promote it before, and I'm gonna promote it for maybe 3 months, and then I'm gonna start. I'm already thinking about starting another song for the next one, but that's a whole process. I gotta come up with something new, I gotta come up with new sounds, and you gotta renew yourself, I guess, because people will, I guess, maybe lose interest. So I gotta figure out some new touches to try. So that's I'm not there just yet, But I'm gonna start working on another one maybe in a month or something like that.
Hell yeah, man. Well, we definitely enjoyed this one, and we look forward to hearing what's next from you, man.
Cool, thanks. Thank you very much, man.
You're welcome, man. Well, I'm about out of questions for you. Is there anything else you want to add to let the people know?
Well, man, if you like it, please like the Facebook page. It's going to be free again on Bandcamp, that's for sure. It's going to be pay it if you want, but if you don't want to pay it, that's okay. You can download it. So please take it, download it, and spread the word. That's always what I'm trying to do. This business, they call that music business. Now it's I don't know why they call it business. There's no money into that. But for me, there's never the money that there's always been there. It's the money that I've put into it. You do some gigs or stuff like that, and you get a little of it back, but not that much. So I'm not doing it for money. I'm really doing it for passion for it's a need to write songs and to put it out there and for people to listen to it. So spread the word, man. Take it, share it with your friends.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. All right. Well, before I let you go, I got to get you to make a station tag, all right?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Whenever you're ready, say something like, "This is Moodier, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio."
Hey, this is Zeph from Maudiir, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Fuck yeah, man. Badass.
Cool, thanks.
All right, man. Well, thanks a lot for taking the time to talk to us again. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to blast some more Moodier for these motherfuckers so they can go crazy, all right?
Cool, man. Stay safe. I see. And, maybe we'll talk again next year or sometime. And keep yourself safe and your family, too.
Hell yeah, brother. I look forward to it, man. Cheers.
Cool. Cheers. Cheers, man.
We'll talk to you later.
Thanks.
There you have it, folks. Moodier live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation motherfucking radio. Like I said earlier, put your speakers in your fucking windows, put them in your front lawns, put them wherever the fuck you can. Make your neighbors fucking hate you. If you don't fucking see U-Haul trucks everywhere tomorrow, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you ain't cranking it up loud enough. Crank it up.